All right. Feet on the earth, hearts in this moment. Let's begin. Hello.
Hi, Stephanie.
Hi, Brenda.
We're wrapping up the year.
Is it supposed to be this small?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
That's fine. I think it's actually a great idea to have for anybody who's not watching the YouTube video.
Right. It's the little.
I just pulled the little stopper out of my coffee and it's teeny tiny.
It should be teeny tiny.
And it makes sense because you don't need that big long one.
Although it looks like it's just gotten broken once. Does it look like yours?
Yeah, mine also looks, that's why I was confused, but
Oh,
like
it's smooth.
it's smooth. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's what you get when you get those little independent coffee shops. Speaking of, so when I went there, they have these little booklets. They call them. It's like a coffee passport, and it's got I don't know how many different.
Types of coffee.
Well, no, it's
Oh.
different coffee shops all around Wisconsin. Yeah, and you just get 50% off a coffee. So you don't it's not free coffee, but you get 50% of coffee at like all of them. And there's I don't know, they said there's like
No,
100 in there.
and that's awesome. Like
Yeah.
you get to try out different coffee
Right.
shops.
So now it's like I never go anywhere. Am I
We
gonna
need to travel in
we're gonna have
Wisconsin
to
this
drive
year.
all over Wisconsin just for coffee.
I like it.
Yeah.
Right,
So
Nibs?
well,
We could do antiquing and coffee.
yeah.
Antiquing
I
coffee
I'm really trying
trips.
we're talking about intentions that I'm really trying to not spend money, and here you are talking about going antiquing a coffee. And I bought the damn so I guess either I'm gonna have to gift it to somebody who will go around and use it, or I'm gonna have to get out and use it. I actually thought like I could just share it, right? Like I could say, "Oh, you're going to Sparta this weekend here,"
Yeah.
or "Oh, you're going all the way up to where's your family from?"
No.
Minot, right. So up by Superior, right. Here
Yeah.
you go. Maybe we'll go see my brother in Superior and my
Yeah.
other family in Duluth, so we'll get that way. Just a thought. All right. But otherwise, how are you? It's been, what has it been, 2 weeks since we've seen each other?
Well, we saw each other on Monday.
Oh, that's true. We did. We had class. Oh my gosh. So, to our listeners, Stephanie and I are both pet tech certified instructors, which is pet first aid and CPR. And so occasionally we'll get somebody who will want us to come in and do a class on pet first aid and CPR, and which we do. And I've always kind of tagged along on Stephanie's coattail. I let her do all the work, all the heavy lifting, and then I just tag along and take half the profit. I mean, I help a little.
Yeah.
But I really wanted, so I was actually, someone reached out to me directly. So I really wanted to kind of take the wheel on it. Yeah. I think it went okay. Like I think the class itself went okay. I do feel like I missed a few things that not that we missed any information, but they give us so much. I mean, it's
Yeah.
like a 5.5 hour course if we read through everything that they give us, which I don't really like to do that because I think there's a lot of repetitiveness
There's
uh,
so much
and
repetitiveness
I think
and
the repetitive I think it's good to have people practice multiple times the actual physical act of the first aid and CPR, but to hear all this, I don't know. It's just so I did cut a lot of the fluff out. Um, but I
yeah.
forgot we have a class roster that we're supposed to like take a picture and submit it to
Yeah.
tech so that all the students get on the website, they get their registration and stuff. And I completely forgot to
Yeah.
get the roster filled out. So I actually sent a hard copy to the salon with the self-addressed stamped envelope to return it. So hopefully they'll get it. They'll get it filled in and they'll get it back to
I
me.
didn't think about it either because when I do my slideshow, I have it so that they can fill it out digitally. They scan a QR code and then so I basically I like it gives me the information so it can be plopped into the roster that they gave me
You're
with the
better at this
signature
than
and
I am.
everything. Yeah. It's just because I didn't want to deal with I constantly would forget about the like putting out the roster
Yeah.
or doing the eval. I have those digital too. So which is why I
Yeah.
forgot to bring the evals.
Yeah. It's
um
it's a lot. It's a lot. And I wasn't and they give us checklists. So it's all on me because I didn't look at the checklist. Like and I think it was I had the rosters with me.
Yeah.
They were in the back of the binder. So I had them, and I probably even like physically seen it, and it didn't even register, but I did
Yeah.
not have the evals. I don't know. I'll have to make copies of the evals, but
Yeah.
anyways, so it's done. Yeah.
It was
It's
good though.
it's done. It's over.
I think
Hopefully
they
I
all
get
enjoyed it. They
yeah.
they learned well. Um,
I definitely prefer starting in the morning versus the,
but
afternoon,
starting at
because
like
it is a long class. Even like we were able to cut it down a bit, but it was still, we left there, it's dark,
well,
it's
especially
winter,
this, and it's snowing.
and it was snowing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Nothing grinds my gears more than when I'm like planning on a pretty easy drive back because it's all like freeway and I'm like I could just put on my smart cruise control and just kind of
Yeah,
enjoy the ride, and then it fucking snows and I'm like, God damn it.
right,
I
right.
want to use those.
Yeah, I know. I get it. Yeah. So that part wasn't fun, but it was good. It was good. It went well. Yeah. I think the class went well. They fed us. They fed us spaghetti. It was good.
Yeah. I don't
I
know
wasn't mad at the
why
spaghetti.
more people don't do that, because honestly,
That
like,
was a good idea.
it was a really good she just had this big old
Oh my
pot of
god. Yeah.
spaghetti, and like
It's huge. Yeah.
it's so she's like, it took me like 10 minutes because
Yeah.
yeah,
'Cause spaghetti
spaghetti
is
takes
quick
you
and
like
easy.
10 minutes.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. There's
it's
there's
I'm like,
nothing to
there's a reason that like high schoolers do that for fundraisers, is like they'll do spaghetti dinners because
and
it's really
it,
fucking easy
it's
and
quick.
super
It's
cheap.
easy. It's cheap. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good, and it's fine.
Now I just
It's
want to do a spaghetti dinner.
I know. I'm making meatballs though with mine. We didn't. It wasn't a meat. It was a meatless spaghetti. It
Yeah.
was still good. It's still good. I bought a couple of
When you're
Kringles,
making
left them there. They
yeah.
never even cut into the
Holy
Kringles, so they had Kringles for the next day. But that's
yeah.
okay. That's okay. I did give them
Honestly,
toasters.
a lot of the Kringles are, I feel like they're best the day after.
Oh, I love just mowing on Kringle. For a couple of days after we see. It
Oh yeah.
doesn't last that long at my house.
Yeah.
But even if a couple of days later, yeah. My sister-in-law always would freeze them
Yeah.
and then pull them out like a month down the road, and they were good.
Yeah.
Good.
Um,
I went to O&H.
yeah.
O&H is our, big one.
Yeah.
Hugh Grant was there this
I
weekend.
I didn't
Or
realize
no,
that
he
was
wasn't at O&H. I think O&H came to him at the station.
okay.
Yeah.
Because yeah, I saw he was at he was in Waukesha or something
Doing
like that.
cups, doing the custard.
Yeah, he was serving custard.
He was serving custard, yeah.
I did see like ahead of time that it was happening, and I'm like, oh, that's so cool. Like, wouldn't it be cool to get ice cream from Hugh Grant? And I'm like, it's gonna be busy.
Yeah. Get it. I mean, it would be cool, but yeah.
And also, like, for me, the idea of actually meeting the famous
Celebrity,
people
yeah.
that I like is just terrifying, because I'm not going to be able to say anything to them.
Yeah.
I'm just going to stare at them awkwardly. Even there's this one musician I don't listen to as much now, but I used to listen to a lot. His name is MC Lars, and he does nerdcore rap. He actually was like an English major. He went to that one place in England that's really famous, that college. I don't fucking remember. Anyways, but it's pretty famous for like English.
Oxford?
Like I think it was Oxford. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, so he went to Oxford.
Okay.
But yeah, so he's like super into literature, so he does raps about literature.
Oh, that's cool.
So like he's really into Edgar Allan Poe. So I loved his music.
Yeah.
And he's not a huge like super famous dude.
No, I can't imagine he would be.
No. He's not. Like, I went to a few of his concerts. It's usually like those tiny little venues, like under a fucking bar.
That's cool.
They're actually just my style.
Yeah.
But I don't even remember how I got into this conversation. Oh, so when I've went to these concerts,
Yeah.
he always like he makes it a point to work his like table while the other people, like his openers or whatever,
Yeah.
other people are up, so that he can sell his own merch, which is great. So you get to meet him every time. Every single time. And the best part is he's super awkward. So he's super fucking awkward, and then I'm super fucking awkward, and we end up just kind of like at each other. I always have to have someone with me to like,
Yeah.
she wants this. Can you sign this?
Just point.
Yeah.
Do this.
Yeah. I always laugh. Like they do these where you can win video calls with your K-pop idols. I'm like, fuck that. There's no fucking way. It's a video call too. I could like normally I can handle video calls pretty well, but nope. Some people post like recordings of theirs and it is always super cringy.
Yeah.
I'm like, yep, that would be me.
Yeah. I don't even think, I met Jerry Springer.
That would be cool.
I was on the I wasn't on the show.
You're
I
at
was
the
in the
show.
audience. I was at the show.
I'm kind of super jealous, honestly.
Yeah. Hey, so you know how they pan the audience during certain segments? I was on. They panned to me
That's so cool.
during the episode, and then I don't know if you remember that show Talk Soup.
Yeah.
It was a kind of a mashup where they would talk about all the talk shows.
Yeah.
And I made that week's talk show pick of the week.
Nice.
Not me personally. It was the what was happening on the stage, but they actually caught where the camera panned to me.
Cool.
So yeah, so I got my 15 minutes of fame. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah, I know.
Brenda.
To be on the Jerry Springer, I don't know. I
mean, it's better to
but
be there for that than to be on stage.
The show. Yeah, but I don't think I don't even know if I've ever seen, honestly. And we go to California all the time.
Yeah.
We've been to LA. We're in, the Bay Area, but I just don't see anybody.
Yeah. I think the only celebrity that I've ever, other than like I said, and he's not a celebrity. The only like celebrity I've ever seen in person was Colby Smulders. She played Robin in How I Met Your Mother.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I saw her at an airport in New Orleans.
Oh, that's funny.
And she was like super dressed down. She had her kids with her and like sunglasses, but like me and John, like our wedding was How I Met Your Mother theme. We loved Robin, both of us.
Yeah.
It was a mutual crush on Robin.
Yeah.
And so we immediately knew who she was, but both of us are like, she's with her kids. She's not trying to be like friendly. We're like, we're going to leave her alone. She definitely saw us like looking at her for a second. And we were like, nope, we're going to walk over here now.
Yeah.
Sorry.
That's good though. I always imagine myself if I ever ran into a celebrity that I wouldn't make it a big deal. Like it would just be like, like maybe I'd say hi or something, but I wouldn't really make it a big deal.
Yeah.
You don't know how you would behave. And I guess it would also depend on what celebrity it is. Is it going to be somebody that I'm like, gaga over, or is it just going to be some random sidekick kind of show? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know how
I've met quite a few football players.
Right. Because you used to actually groom some of them. Yeah.
Yeah.
I met them in more social setting.
Well, I worked at Six Flags, so I met a few of them there. Like, I met Brian Urlacher multiple times. He is the nicest dude ever.
Good.
Him and his brother are like so nice. And then his brother has a daughter that is, at least at the time, was so fucking cute. She was like little at the time. I'm sure she's like a teenager now.
Right.
But she was so goddamn cute. And she was also like very like punk, and she had the sass to it. And it was, I loved her. Yeah, but I met them multiple times because they would come to Six Flags a lot. And every single time I wouldn't realize who they were until after the fact, and someone would be like,
you know who that was?
Do you know who you just talked to? And I'm like, I don't. They were really big because they're gigantic. Oh, yeah. Actually, the one time I almost turned them away from the ladder climb game because there's a weight limit. And I saw them and I'm like, yeah, you're definitely over the weight limit. I'm not going to be the one to tell you no, because they're big and like they were both like teddy bears personally, but they're very intimidating looking.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm just like, yeah, I'm not going to piss you off. Yeah. It's fine.
You were talking about like litter.
Yeah.
And so you know who Judy Boom is.
Uh-huh.
We actually just watched a couple days ago, Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret.
Oh.
Do you remember that book?
Yeah.
Like, honestly, I was trying to remember. I'm like, I don't think I actually read the book. I remember the book. I remember the girls talking about the book, but I never read the book. But yeah, we watched the movie the other
Yeah.
day. It was a good movie. It's a
Yeah.
very good movie. It's a good story. I remember that she's a great writer. And
Yeah.
I was telling my husband, I said, I was just reading something about Beverly Cleary. And she did like what was it? The Mouse and the Motorcycle and Flubber and Ramona the Pest. Yeah, Flubber. So she did those books. And I was reading about how she got started writing children's books is that she was a librarian and a young boy came in and wanted to know where were the books about him. And there
Oh.
weren't any books that were just written about ordinary kids. They're
Yeah.
all like they were mystery solving kids and stuff like
Yeah.
that. So there wasn't anything just ordinary. So she started writing
No, I love
books.
that.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
know.
for
Yeah.
now that I'm thinking about it, like, yeah, before, then there's a lot more now about, like, normal, ordinary kids.
Right. Oh yeah.
But, like, back when I was little, there wasn't
Yeah.
even I mean, there was maybe a couple,
Yeah.
but
Well, you just
yeah,
didn't know about them either,
yeah.
I mean, nowadays you can
I was reading
find
the Boxcar Children, I'm like,
right,
"Wait,
right,
I don't wanna
okay,
be like them."
yeah. I remember it's funny, I was talking to my husband about this, and he was like,
You don't remember the
Encyclopedia Brown."
box
No, I do,
Oh,
but, there was a series with Encyclopedia Brown, and it was
yeah.
a boy that solved crimes and stuff like that. He was really smart because that's why he was Encyclopedia Brown. But, yeah, my husband's like, "I don't remember that." Whatever.
Yeah. It's crazy. Some people remember things really well, some people
Well,
don't,
then there's other
and
things
there's
that, like,
yep.
yeah, that's fine. That's So,
Yeah,
I'm going to
tangent.
California. I'm going to California. So, I I was supposed to go to New Orleans last month, right? My husband and I were going to go down for Beignet Fest, and kind of last minute we decided, you know what? We spent so much money when we went to Canada to do when we went to do the New England show. We stopped in Canada and spent the night and at Niagara Falls and all that, and it ended up being a very expensive trip.
Yeah.
So we were like, I don't know, maybe we should just postpone uh, New Orleans. So we did. So I canceled the trip, and of course, I had bought tickets to Beignet Fest, couldn't get a refund on
Uh,
the tickets. What else did I couldn't get?
I feel like I'm the only
Oh, and I
person
had
in
a
the world who
tattoo.
doesn't like beignets.
I had a tattoo schedule, and I had to put down a deposit. Can't get that back.
Uh,
So I called them. I'm like, can I like gift that to somebody? And they're like, oh yeah, we can do that. I just need a name and a phone number. I was like, cool. So I have friends down there, and so I'm like,
you want a tattoo?
want a tattoo? And she's like, yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Anybody who likes tattoos is not going to turn down a
Yeah.
tattoo. I mean, and it wasn't a free tattoo; it was just a deposit. So whatever she got,
It was a cheap tattoo.
right, right. And she did. She got a little. Did she get a little ghost? What did she? I can't even remember. I think she got a
I'd
little.
be like, "What is
I think
covered
she
under
got
the
a little ghost.
deposit?"
She got a little ghost on her leg. I think I'm not
Cool.
even sure. But so she used that, and then I also gifted them the beignet.
Oh,
Because well, it's funny because she had reached out to me just a couple weeks before and said, "Hey, we might join you at Beignet Fest because we haven't been there in a few years, and we thought we'd go." And I'm like, "Yeah, we're gonna stay right across the street. We'll go over there together." And then so I knew they were gonna go, and I'm like, "No, you guys need tickets because I can't get my money back." She's like, "Yep." I said, cool. And then she's like, "Do you want anything?" And I'm like, "No." I said, "How about next time we are down there? Because we're gonna go. It's not like we're never going back."
yes.
I said, "Hey, but next time we're down there, we'll do a dinner." And
Yeah.
she's like, "Done."
Yeah.
I mean, they fed us. They fed us another year we were down there. They just invited us to their house and cooked for us. So
Yeah. It's how you win my love.
yeah,
Feed me.
food. So I'm going to California. So I was just kind of sporadically.
Yeah.
I had reached out to my daughter, so I purged a bunch of stuff this weekend. I like went through all my dresser drawers and my closet and just a whole bunch of stuff that doesn't fit. I don't really wear. I have some t-shirts that I really like, but they no longer fit. I set them aside because I'm gonna eventually I might make a quilt. I don't know. I always say it, but I never do it.
Um,
But then I got rid of everything. And so I found this bin in my room full of kids' clothes that she got when she was here in July from her sister-in-law. So I'm like, "Hey, what's going on with these clothes? Do you want me to, ship them to you? Should I make Joan, her mother-in-law's going, they're going at Christmas. Should I make them take another suitcase full?" And she's like, and she laughed and she goes, "Well, as much as I'd love for you to dump it on Joan," she said, "No, they're all big. It's all for the girls when they're bigger. And then I just thought, I really want to get him out of my closet. I'm going to bring him to you. So I'm like, so are you doing a birthday party for the little one? And she's like, yeah, we're. And I'm like, I think maybe I'll crash it. And then I was like, no, I'm serious. I think I'm going to crash it. So I talked to Sam. I'm like, would you want to go and just do like a quick, like, leave on Friday, home on Monday? And he's like, no, I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
And I said, do you care if I do that? And he's like, no, I don't care. So I'm going Thursday. So next week, Thursday, I fly out early in the morning, and then I will come back on the following Tuesday.
Nice.
But I'm going to be there for her birthday. So she's going to be 5. This will be the first birthday of hers I've been to. So I was at my oldest.
Kind of perfect.
I was with my oldest granddaughter. I was at her first birthday party. I haven't been to one since. But she's having another baby, my daughter, another little girl, and she's due mid-March. And then the oldest will turn 8 the beginning of April. So I told my husband, I said, maybe we'll go and we'll coincide. So we'll be there for her birthday. And the baby will be a couple weeks old. So, that'll be perfect. So then I thought,
it's way more fun to get him a couple weeks after.
I'm going to go to the little one's birthday too. Yeah, I've been there. Like, so obviously I was there when Sloan was born. I was literally at the birth. That was the most amazing thing I've seen. And then when the little one was born, it was 2020. So nobody, just her and her husband in the room. But
I didn't get to be there for Harper either, because Harper and Christian actually was around the same, like a few months later. Yeah, so like I didn't get to see, like, be near the hospital.
Initially, our trip, we were going to get there like when she was due, but she actually came a few days early. So she was about a week. I don't think she was quite 2 weeks old. She was like a week, a little more than a week old when we got there. So, but it was perfect. Like you said, that's
I like to let them bake a little
and get the
couple weeks.
Get the kinks out.
Yeah, get the kinks out. Get their color normal.
Is this what color she's going to be forever? Is this going to wear off?
Like, I understand why people who are close to that baby think it's so adorable, but newborns are not cute.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I've seen some cute newborns. I've also seen some very wrinkly, pale, not so cute newborns that grow into cute babies for sure. But yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, that was because Christian she was 34 weeks when she had him, so he was super early. He was early. 30.
Oh yeah, 40 weeks. I'm sorry.
34.
Yeah.
So he was early, and so he was like itty bitty. But he was so wrinkly for like a good year. He looked like Benjamin Button, all wrinkles.
It was kind of cute too.
Yeah, it was. I'm like, he's so wrinkly. He's adorable.
Right.
Now he's just adorable.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was so funny. Like, he came so early that it was like he had fully grown skin, but not a fully grown body.
Like a Himalayan.
Yeah. Like he had toddler skin for a itty bitty baby.
That's
body.
Or a Sharpay.
Yeah. Super cute, but super wrinkly.
So I'm doing that.
That's awesome.
That'll be cool. My dad left. He went back to Europe. We put him on the bus on Sunday. Bus was late. Pick him up. Then he got down there. Plane was late. Then apparently he got on the plane, and then they ended up getting off, boarding the plane because they had to get a different plane. The guy just talked to me.
Flying is a shit show.
Yeah, who was telling me, and it was. And then they one of his suitcases was on the wrong, wasn't on his plane, so they had to deliver it to him the next day. Yeah. I mean, all's well. He made it home. Oh, and the suitcase is broken. I mean, that was a whole thing. And the wheel is broken. And he had a thing a couple of years ago. He decided that he wanted to get the airline to pay him because they broke his suitcase, right?
Good luck with that.
Right. So I'm helping him take the picture to send, because you gotta email them the picture. Well, the suitcase is all beat to hell. I mean, nothing he has is like new, nice stuff, right? It's all old. It's all banged up. But this was a new break. And I'm thinking, what are they going to give you? $10?
Yeah.
$15? I mean, they're not going to give you anything. Well, it went nowhere. So now he's got this suitcase with the broken wheel. And I'm like, it is okay to just buy a new suitcase. Like, it's fine. You can do that. Oh, but then I got to get used to a new color. And it's like, oh my God, really? You could probably
Get the same color.
I'm sure you can find another red suitcase, right? Like, they make those. They still make them today. It's not a discontinued color.
Yeah.
They're still out there, but it's like, whatever. I'm going to see if somebody can fix it. Okay.
Yeah.
Whatever. You do what you got to do. I mean, it's funny, the attachments.
Yeah.
The attachments people have.
Yep.
Meanwhile, I bought another suitcase when we went on our last trip.
Yeah.
Because we had a bunch of stuff to take with us out when we went to California the last time, and I bought another suitcase just for that.
I finally decided to grow up and get a hard case one before Korea last year, or in last spring. So I got like a pretty big one, big blue one.
Yeah.
And then I got there and they kept giving me things. They gave me so many things, and then I had to bring model dogs home.
Right.
I ended up, we went to, they took us to the like grocery store, basically, or department store, I guess. I don't know what to call it. Anyways, they took us to the store so we could buy some suitcases, or a suitcase, so I could bring the rest of my shit home. Not only was that one insanely cheap for a fucking hard case, it's so much better quality. And she travels a lot, so she even helped me like pick it out. She was like, the wheels on this one aren't going to be good for you. So it's a really nice suitcase, and it was like, it came out to like $30. I'm like, you gotta fucking kidding me.
It brought it home and sold them for $100.
And then like my other one, I spent almost $200 on that one.
Yeah, I don't buy expensive stuff. I tend to be kind of.
Well, I've always been cheap with it.
Yeah, I tend to be on the cheap side too. But I look at it like it's not going to last. And even if I spend $200, chances are it's going to get banged up. It's
Yeah.
Then what?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not putting insurance on my suitcase. So
yeah, and normally I wouldn't have, but because I was going all the way to South Korea,
that's different.
I wanted to make sure it was at least hard.
Yeah, no, it's different. That's I go to California back and forth.
Yeah,
it's not a big deal.
But yeah, I have loved that suitcase now. I'm like the big one. I'm like, that one's fine. It's fine if I need to go on a long trip. I like the green one. This is the good one.
That's all right. Nothing wrong with that. Shall we dive in?
Yeah. Do you want to do your tarot pull first?
Yep, we usually do. Okay, so this is our New Year episode, our setting intentions episode. So I have the Sun reversed, inner child, naivety, negativity, pessimism, blind optimism, ego, sadness, lack of clarity, and disappointment. I'm going to say that this is actually a good card, because a lot of people think about New Year's and they think of resolutions, right? Mm-hmm. And we're going to talk about the difference between the two, a resolution and an intention. But I think if you think about it in the with the resolutions in mind, I think this is actually very fitting, because how many of us have done the New Year's resolutions and we fail?
Yeah.
We fail miserably, or we abandon it because it's just too hard, because we set these ridiculous expectations for ourselves.
Yeah.
And then, of course, it's not going to happen. So I think that's actually pretty good.
No, I think it's a good one too. A little brutal when you first reading it out.
Yeah, no, it is, but it's it fits. All right.
So yeah, we're going to talk about New Year's, which is coming up. This will
be going out the beginning of January, right?
Is it? Okay. Mm-hmm. I can't keep track anymore.
Yeah. It's funny, we were a few weeks behind, and then Stephanie made us be a few weeks ahead. So then there was this gap. So now we had kind of a longish gap between the last recording being uploaded to this one.
The one that went up today.
Yeah. So we had to kind of try to get us back on track. So I think we're back on track now. So yeah, this should come out. I think it's that first Thursday. I don't have it in
Okay,
front of me, but yeah, the first Thursday in January, I believe is when this one will come out. So
cool. So I guess we could start with reflecting on our past year. So, what is something that surprised you this last year?
wait, maybe the news of a new baby.
That's pretty surprising.
Yeah, because I didn't expect that. I didn't expect it at all. So that was kind of a surprise. I don't know. I think that really might have been my only real surprise.
Mine was Korea because I was not planning on that.
Yeah.
Um, and the North American model dog team found out about it late,
Yeah, I remember.
which wasn't like the Korean Kennel Club's
No.
fault. They informed someone, just that person
It's just right.
didn't pass along the information.
Right.
But so we didn't find out about it until like beginning of February, I think it was. And it was in April.
Yeah.
And like no one else on the team could go. And I was like, you know, I'm gonna message Allison. And so I messaged Allison and I'm like, you want to go to Korea? And she's like, sure, why? And yeah. So we went to Korea and it definitely impacted me for the rest of the year.
Yeah.
In a lot of ways.
Yeah.
And it's really informing next year too, because I'm planning for it now and I'm planning to go every year
Yeah.
because I really like it there and I want to make more connections there
Yeah.
with the grooming community and the Korean Kennel Club in general, I think is an amazing association.
Yeah.
They do a lot of really cool things. I actually just saw she posted that they're doing next year in Indiana some training for cadaver search dogs because they do a lot. They've been doing a lot of cadaver search training at the Korean Kennel Club. And actually, Harley has a dog who she's training for it, and another girl that had one too. They had actually, while we were there the week before, they had done their first actual like go out and look and had found their first body.
I was thinking my next puppy, I was gonna do scent work with her, but I not for cadavers. I was thinking like live.
Yeah,
Finding live. That's what I
rescue.
would like. Yeah,
Um,
I think I want to train her to do rescue.
yeah. No, I think that's pretty cool. I think it's really cool to like that they're doing that because that is something that is needed.
Yeah.
And not everybody wants to be training their dogs to go look for dead people. But it's something
Yeah.
that's needed and it's something that honestly so many like murder cases have been like solved
Right.
because of cadaver search dogs.
Yeah.
They're so important. So I think that's really cool. But yeah, so for me it was definitely Korea.
Very nice.
What is something that challenged or drained you?
I think it was all the shows with Pet Store Direct, but I'm doing it again. It didn't drain me to the point of I can't ever do it again.
It's
I'm doing it
draining,
again,
but
but it is draining. It is challenging. Yeah,
yeah,
I think it's a lot. It's a very fast paced. I mean, I don't think when you go to a show, if you're just going to the show to enjoy it, if you're doing classes or even if you're just going to shop, I don't think you realize, because I didn't. I certainly didn't realize what is involved
yeah,
getting the show, like we
up
walk
and
into the
going.
room and it's ready to go.
Yeah.
And, it didn't occur to me. Like Pet Store Direct, they're the first ones there. Shows.
Yeah.
So you literally walk into an empty ballroom.
Yep.
And start setting up. And you're setting up an entire retail space in a day, not less than a day.
And their space is very
And they have a big space.
very big and very detailed.
Yes, very detailed. Oh yeah, they come with the plan, and it's like you're like following the picture. Nope, that's not the right space. And it's like, oh shit, does it matter? Nobody's gonna notice. But yep, it matters. Okay.
Yeah.
And then we break it down. And we break it down, and we're like
And they do
Always
so many
like the
shows, so
last, they were the last ones out. Right. And
not for Hershey.
no, that's right. We weren't the last ones out at
We won.
Hershey.
Yes.
Yeah, we weren't the last ones out at Hershey.
Uh,
Yeah, and
I
there's so
chalk
many
that up to
shows,
me.
but they do so many shows back to back that it's incredible
Yeah.
that they can, their truck leaves one location and goes to another location, or it goes back and forth. And yeah, I mean, it's just an incredible thing. And people don't understand what
They
goes
don't,
into
yeah.
that. But yeah, that was a little draining.
It was definitely draining. I would say I probably agree with that. Just all of the shows, but I'm going to keep doing it.
Yep.
I'm going to keep doing it. Another thing that really challenged me this year was getting students.
Yeah.
For our career program. I will say I got a lot of private lessons.
Yeah.
This year, which was cool, but
yeah,
I want to be teaching.
Yeah.
I want students. It has been a really hard year for that. We're still doing fine. We're existing still.
Yeah.
But it's just been really hard to try to find the students. Even like, getting the first contact is already hard enough because it's not like I could go to a grooming show and be like, here, where are all of my new students? Because they all know how to groom. I have to go to other places.
Right.
So yeah, so there's that. But then there's, it costs a lot of money. And I'm pretty cheap, like compared to other places. I mean, not in Wisconsin. The other place in Wisconsin is cheaper. But also I have a very different program. So I understand that it's not cheap and I wish I could make it cheaper, but it's been hard. It's really hard to convince people to spend that money, especially in the climate we are now economically. Even people who maybe they have money now, they're nervous.
And I can't say that I blame them. I mean, we don't know what, I honestly, I can't believe where we're at, and we're still heading in the direction we're heading in. Like, I honestly would have thought that somebody would have stepped in, but apparently not. So here we are.
So yeah, that has been very draining, though. I'm very excited in October when I went to that Navigate Lake County career fair thing. I made a lot of connections in Illinois, which was really nice. I just wish I could get those connections in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
But it's really hard to get anyone to like talk to me.
Yeah. Yeah. Get it.
So, how about something that nourished you?
Something that nourished me was just, I started playing bunco with you. So getting out and meeting people and doing something that I've never done before and enjoying it.
Speaking of which, are we going?
I am.
Okay.
I am. And I got to go a little early because I got to bring a table and chairs.
Okay.
But I'll pick you up because it's on the way for me to
for
get
me.
you. And then I joined a book club, which has just only been a couple of months, but it's something different that I haven't. I did a couple of new meetings that I'm not doing those meetings anymore because it interferes with my work schedule. But so I think just putting myself out to do things that are not really out of my comfort zone, because I'm a social butterfly, right? Like, I don't have a problem with being social, but I don't always. I'm also kind of like, I just want to be at home.
You're a social butterfly,
really
but home is also really
right, like,
comfortable.
kind of since COVID, really, when we have no choice, it really kind of was like, oh, I kind of like just hanging out at home and going to bed early and vegetating in front of the TV. But yeah, I think those things, getting out of the house, kind of like traveling with you, going to all these shows, that really kind of fed me.
Yeah, I definitely like traveling with you and going to all the shows.
Yeah.
That was a big one. I also started doing more art again.
I want to. I'm trying to find some.
Well, if
some
you ever
hobbies.
want to come over and just do art,
Yeah,
I'm happy to do
I'm
that
trying
with you.
I'm trying to find hobbies. I just unloaded some of my sewing stuff, fabric that I've been collecting, because I had this idea. I'm going to be a grandma that makes quilts, and it's almost 8 years later.
Have you sewn at all?
Well, I have. I've made baby blankets, but they're not quilts. They're just blankets. I just had to kind of come to terms with, you know what? I am not a.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be. I love quilts. There's still a part of me that wants to make a quilt, but it's just not enough to have all this shit. So I unloaded a lot of that, but it's like, but I still want to find something that can feed that part of me too. So,
Yeah. No, for me, it was the dollhouse that I've been working on for my D&D. But then, like, John started getting pinball mods and
oh yeah, and you're painting those.
yeah, and then like you probably saw the picture of Buddy Christ.
Yep.
A friend got a 3D printed Buddy Christ and it was just white.
Yeah.
So he wanted that painted. And I am not going to. Here's the thing. I've always loved painting, especially small, like miniature things
Yeah.
like that. I love doing it. I made the mistake of trying to make it a business once
Oh,
and it
yeah.
ruined it. So, like, I told John, I'm like, if your friends want things painted, sure, I'll do it.
But yeah.
But I'm not taking money and they're going to have to go on my time.
Yeah. That's a condition that we've all grown up in this country.
Yeah.
It's definitely,
It's like, yeah,
right.
like
So
you
that's what
can't
it's for.
do,
You can't just have something that you enjoy. You've
yeah,
got to, and so every time I think of something to do, my brain just automatically goes to, can I make money doing this?
yeah,
And that's like, why is it always, can I make money doing this?
yeah,
And I think part of it too is the guilt I feel when you spend so much money. Because the reality is with
yeah.
hobbies, you generally spend more than, you know,
Spend so much
yeah, you spend so much money on just the stuff to do, the stuff you like.
the
Right.
amount I've spent on polymer clay this year.
Right. So that's that try to, I feel so guilty about that it's like, well, can I make money if I sell, blah, blah. But it's like, then it's just not, and it's just another job and
Yeah.
you don't need another job.
Yeah. So, yeah, that was definitely something that, like, getting back into that and doing the stuff that I like without pushing myself to, like, sell it or do it,
Yeah.
even just doing it for other people, like, on timelines,
Yeah.
Like, he wanted me to do Buddy Christ, and I'm like, I cannot promise you how long it's gonna take me. Just saying.
Yeah.
As long as you don't mind, I'll do it, It ended up not taking me very long because I was really excited to
Yeah.
do it.
Right.
But, it could have
Yeah.
been one of those things where I'm like, "Well, I don't wanna do it today," What is one small thing you are genuinely proud of?
This podcast.
Yeah,
This podcast. Just doing it and being involved in it. It's also nourished me, right?
yeah,
Because it's opened up my path to, because I was getting kind of stale
yeah,
because I don't have a path that's very active, I guess. Like I'm not doing spells and stuff like that. So I'm not, my witchy side tends to get kind of bogged down and just mundane.
yeah,
But so this is actually kind of like, ooh, got me
kinda
excited
brings the
about
magical.
reading again and looking things up and and sparking a different interest that I didn't necessarily think I had in the beginning and then being like and then adding things at home, doing more things at home that I wasn't doing before. So yeah, so this
Yeah,
definitely proud of
me
this
too.
stuff.
I'm very proud of this, um it's funny every time I think about this podcast, and I'm like, it literally started with me messaging Brenda, "Hear me out, witchy podcast."
Right, right. And it's funny because I think witchy everything. Like I'm always trying to think of what I'm gonna do and how can I make it witchy.
Yeah,
But in my own comfort because I'm not outward, you know,
yeah,
like if
you
I'm
have,
walking around in the streets, nobody's gonna look at me and go, "Well, I bet she's witchy."
yeah. Well, maybe
Where
if you're wearing that
well, the
shirt.
shirt. But like a lot of people, like, and I think that's true for a lot of people. Like, the idea of what a witch looks like isn't isn't what we think. And again, another condition, we've been conditioned to think that, oh, if you're walking around all black, and you're a goth, you're probably into witchcraft. And it's like, it's not really, that's not it at all.
Sometimes we just look
It's just
normal.
normal.
Yeah, normal.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Parentheses.
Normal, right. Oh.
Um, so yeah. Why we're choosing intentions and not resolutions.
Ooh. Yep. So resolutions are rigid and intentions are flexible, intuitive, and magical.
And the resolutions can also be very shame-based.
Yes. Yeah.
Um,
Like I said,
like
well, how many, I'm going to lose weight,
and then
or,
eh
and then you don't. You
yeah,
don't meet
you
whatever
fail
that
and then you're
goal is.
shamed.
Right. Exactly. I'm going to exercise, and you
Yeah.
don't. And then,
Well, then everybody is always asking, like, "How you doing on your resolution?" Uh,
right. And then you got to admit, well, I haven't been to the fucking gym at all.
yeah.
Um,
I went once.
right. I got my membership. I'm paying for it monthly, but I've never been. Right? Yeah.
Um, yeah. So, I mean, that's the main
Intentions,
difference.
gentle, sustainable, supportive. I also have that when you're doing intentions, you're working with your energy and not pressure.
Yeah. Um, I think even just the change in name for me makes a difference.
Yeah.
Like, I have always been averse to the resolutions thing ever since I was younger. And I think most of it because I lived in a home that was very body focused. And so it was always our resolution is to lose weight and then we wouldn't. So there was always a lot of like shame in it and I didn't enjoy it. I didn't even enjoy making the resolution because I'm like, I'm just gonna fail at this anyways. So even just the change in like naming it, like calling it intentions is better because
Yeah.
like it just makes me feel like, okay, I am going to try to do this. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, groomers especially need flexible goals because our work is physical, emotional, and unpredictable. We especially, even like money goals are hard because, we don't, like we said, the
Yeah.
economic situation in our country
Yeah.
is not great.
Right. Right.
Words. I lost it.
Yeah. We just have to. We need that flexibility.
Yeah.
We can't be so rigid and hard on ourselves. And
Yeah. And yeah, especially with it being physical, I think a lot of people, they set these goals of like, I'm going to do 6 dogs a day or 8 dogs, whatever the fuck they're going to do. I actually saw something the other day on one of the groups. Someone was asking like, um, what would you expect for an hourly wage
I did see that.
for, and it was describing,
8 hours a day, or
yeah, 8 hours a day.
could be all
I
big dogs.
I think it was could be up to 6 big dogs.
Right.
And I'm like, that's not 8 hours, first of all. I mean, doing six
The
big
the
dogs in a
idea
row
I think
is
the idea she was looking for was just, if I wanna offer somebody, an hourly wage, 'cause that's currently making a commission,
yeah,
how would that
yeah,
because obviously, okay, so the idea is that, say the big dog is $120,
mhm,
and you make 50% commission, so you get 60 bucks, um, and it takes you 2 hours.
yeah,
That's about $30 an hour,
yeah,
right? That you would get. So that's her question. Like,
yeah,
what would you think? And I mean, off the top of my head, that's what I think. Well, then I want to make 30 bucks an hour at
yeah,
least, right? Somebody said 35. But then I think about like where I'm at. Like, I charge 70 bucks for a cat groom,
and
and
it
it
takes you
takes
an
me an
hour.
hour or less than an hour. So literally I'm making 70 bucks an hour. Now my overhead is next to nothing because I grew up at home, but let's just say 20 bucks off the top for
If someone wants
whatever,
me to do
50 bucks an hour. And nobody's going to give me $50 an hour.
if they want me to do big dogs a day, they better be paying me 50
That's
bucks an
right.
hour.
And this is
I want like 70.
why we're where we're at too. Why
Yeah,
it's so hard to get people to come to an hourly wage, because when you look at it in that respect and you think, well, I'm making, if I do now, maybe if I'm only doing small dogs and they're only charging $50, then maybe I'm only getting $25 per dog, but I can do 8 of them in a day. So,
yeah,
people might look at it like that, but we're, we need to get away from the commission,
I
because it
agree.
really isn't, it's not fair.
No,
It's
I
not fair
think
to groomers. They think it's fair, but the reality is what are your benefits? They're
well,
likely not getting any benefits.
I mean, I posted about this the other day where, because I keep seeing where they're like, nobody, it's always business owners that are like, well, they won't do this and this. And I'm like,
Right.
yeah, because you're paying them commission.
Right. Right.
So I posted about it. And basically, so you're on commission and you make money when you are grooming a dog.
Right.
You do not make money when you are doing other things.
Right. When you're cleaning or
checking a dog in and out, that kind of stuff.
Customers, right?
You're not making any money for that. Right. Now, I do agree you should clean up after yourself.
Clean up after yourself, absolutely.
And to a degree, I think you should have to check your dogs in and out. But if you have to stay there for an extra hour to check that dog out, that's not fair. If it's going to be 5 minutes, 10 minutes, that's fine. Like, I think it's better for you to talk to the client personally. Outside of taking care of your area, you're not getting paid to be there.
It's just another way for business owners to take advantage.
Yeah.
I only have to pay you for the dogs that you groomed, whatever percentage of the dogs that you groomed, but I'm going to get you to do all these other things.
Yeah. Well, and the thing that sparked it was someone posted and they're like, I can't get my employees to stay till the end of their shift and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, cause you're not fucking paying them.
Okay.
So that's the reality of it. You aren't getting paid, and we should not be doing work that we're not paid for.
Nobody should.
And that's why, first of all, I'm very big on the SOPs, having that all laid out, or we can call it the grimoire, having it all laid out in, from the beginning. So everyone knows exactly what their job is. I think important, but also I think getting rid of commission and going to hourly and production bonuses.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if you want me to do 6 big dogs a day for
I don't
30,
know.
I mean, for $30 an hour, if there's production bonuses, I mean, every big dog I do, I get a little extra. Maybe.
Well, see, and that's the other thing. I think that a lot of times is
$1 a pound extra per hour.
I mean, we're talking about your body too, and
yeah.
how we bring now. Not everybody, like every groomer's different. I know plenty of groomers that have been doing this for 40 plus years. They're still doing big dogs. They don't seem that they're not slowing down at all. Good for you. That's not we are not the same.
Yeah.
Right. We're all different. And the reality is that most of us aren't doing what we should, or we haven't been doing.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't been ergonomically grooming. We don't use the best, my grooming table it's an electric table. It goes up and down. It's unplugged. It's set to where it's comfortable. Like, I'm not uncomfortable. It's at a good height. But if I have a bigger cat, I should really drop it down a little bit. Or if Sam's helping me, I could actually raise it up a little bit. But it's not even plugged in. So am I really working ergonomically?
Probably
Maybe not as probably not as much as I could and should.
And how much of it of a thing is it now where we joke about how groomers, they're gonna eat nothing for 8 hours and then eat 3,000 calories in 10 minutes. That's not healthy.
Not sustainable. It's gonna come back to haunt us.
And all that hair that we eat at the table.
The hair we eat, the hair we breathe in, all of it. How many of us are wearing masks when we're grooming? None of us are wearing. Well, yeah. I mean, I shouldn't say none of. I don't know, but
there are people who are really good about it, and there's people who aren't. I'm one of those that's really bad about it. Mostly, I forget.
Yep.
We have masks.
Yep.
We have them around. Yep. I just forget most of the time, and I try to push my students to do it, but it's hard.
Right. Well, that's the thing. A lot of it is example based, right? If you gotta do it. If you want other people to see you and do it, you have to do it yourself.
Yeah.
But it's not sustainable to keep up that. Yeah. And you want somebody to do 6 big dogs in an 8-hour period every day.
Yeah.
Is that going to be my schedule?
Do they get a lunch?
Right. Is that going to be my schedule every day of the week? Is that with a bather? Like, is somebody else doing a portion of this?
Yeah.
I could probably do 6 big dogs if I didn't have to lift them and bathe them and dry them. If
Oh,
I
yeah,
was
if I just
just
had to
doing
do
the
the
finishing,
haircut, yeah, that's
I
fine.
could do it. Then I could probably do it. But
Yeah.
yeah, if
But,
I
like,
have
if
to
I'm
do the
doing it
whole
start
thing,
to finish, yeah.
what am I gonna do? I wouldn't have
And I don't
6
she
dogs
might
a
have had
week.
more details in that one, I don't remember,
But no, I
but yeah,
remember seeing that. And yeah, and I like I said, I think she was just trying to come up with like
an
the
hourly,
worst case scenario. What would you,
yeah,
what would you expect? But it's still, it's just not, I don't know, it's just not reasonable. It's
yeah,
not reasonable
6
to expect people to be machines. It's just not.
excuse me.
And you know what? Maybe we're not supposed to.
Yeah,
Does it occur to people that maybe we're just not supposed to be like that? Like we just need to survive. What do we need to survive? We need clean air, food, clean water,
shelter,
shelter, but we don't. I mean,
yeah.
can we just get all that squared away where we're just all like we could all have like the base, like all of our basic needs could be met, and then beyond that, I mean, and that's the
Yeah,
thing. There's people that are just trying to survive and they can't even survive on what's out there. So I don't know. We're
yeah,
on tangents again.
we always are,
Yeah. Oh, damn it.
but I agree, you know, I understand why people are working that hard, I get it, I've been there,
Oh
but,
yeah.
like, still hate seeing it, and I would love to be able to stop that. Like, I hate seeing people do the same shit I did and
Yeah.
destroy their
Yeah.
body. That's why I love so much that, like, kids these days, nation has but, like, the younger generation has so much more boundaries where they're like, "I'm not doing that, that's not my fucking job. We need that." And yes, some people are a little everybody has is there's always gonna be one person who takes it too far,
Oh,
you
you know
know?
what? That's the thing, though. Yeah, of course there are. That's just like when you look at people that are on assistance. Yeah, of course there's people that are taking advantage. Of course there's people that are getting something that they don't need
Yeah.
and shouldn't get. But guess what?
There's a lot more people
There's
who
a
need
lot
it,
more people that need it that are not
and
using it.
you need to
And
make it
and you're talking
accessible
about
to those people.
you're listening the people that are telling you about all the fraud and misuse.
Look
You're
at
talking about
history.
people that are making billions of dollars that own multiple yachts, and they're going to tell you that, hey, your neighbor, they're getting $40 in food stamps that they don't deserve or they shouldn't get. And you're like going, you're right. They're fucking losers. They're milking
Yeah,
the system. And
yeah.
what was it back in the 80s? The welfare queens. Like,
My
quit listening to these clowns. Everybody in this, well, most of us are one paycheck away from, losing everything we currently have. And if you put remind yourself of that, you realize just how far away from that 1% you really are.
yeah.
And maybe you'll start to realize that these guys aren't your enemies. Those are the enemies.
And also with that, like, with these people who are, on welfare or whatever, what people don't realize is, they'll be like, "Well, they're not working." Because if they work, they're not gonna have enough money to
It's
live.
it's
Like,
a vicious fucking cycle. It was never set up to really help people. It is actually set up to keep you where you're at.
because
And- right.
because so if you're on, a lot of these, they require you to if you're working to like so a certain amount of hours, you are not allowed to get these things. The problem is
You can't survive on
you
these
can't
hours.
you can't survive on these hours at a fucking gas station, you know, like you can't survive on that. So they're forced to not be able to work because they literally can't make enough money to survive.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. They get you they get you to minimum wage, sort of. The reality is minimum wage isn't a living wage.
yeah,
And then you'll get people that'll argue, well, it wasn't meant to be a living wage. It was only meant to, it's for high school students and blah, blah, blah. But that's not reality.
yeah,
That's not true. And that's not reality.
yeah.
You know,
I don't think most people live in reality anymore.
no. And a lot of people that do get different types of assistance are working.
Yeah.
How many of these billion-dollar corporations have employees that are also getting subsidies and assistance from the government because they aren't making enough money to live.
Yeah.
But yet the CEOs, they get their bonuses, the shareholders get their bonuses, and it's like there's a disconnect in
Yeah.
what there's people that are seeing. They're not getting it.
Yeah.
I was just listening to the radio coming over here, and they were talking about how they were talking about healthcare really, and like the government's now defunding like cancer research.
Yeah.
And they were just saying how, we need to be able to show people the correlation between what they're going through and what's happening,
Yeah.
and try to connect those dots, because people, they're
So
not
many people
connecting,
are
they're
so
not
disconnected.
connected the dots. And it's like you're the ones that are going to suffer. You personally are going to suffer. And we try to connect those dots for people, and it's not easy to do.
Yeah. Oh, all right.
There we go.
That was that tangent.
Okay. Next. I love how in
What
this
was that?
in our notes, in our what do we call this? Our
Outline?
outline. There's actually like time in parentheses. Like, so this section should take you about this long to get through. We like
20 minutes later.
double it all every time.
Yep.
Like, yeah, okay.
Oh, yeah. That section was supposed to be 3 to 5 minutes.
All right. Anyways, let's move on. Okay. Personal intentions for the new year.
Yeah.
God.
Do we have some intentions for the new year?
Why? You know what's funny is I was thinking about this, and now I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm still trying to decide.
But we have some examples here.
Yes.
So we're honoring our sensory needs.
I already do that.
Yeah, creating sustainable rhythms. So we talked about like working with our energy and not being too rigid and just kind of going with it.
Yeah.
Saying no with less guilt. That's a good one. Leaving room for rest and creativity. That's should be on the top.
Yep.
And building boundaries with compassion. So, and we give these examples as, so when you're thinking about what your New Year's intentions are going to be, what are they going to look like? So I guess one of my intentions is I really do want to spend less money and save more. Like, those are the things I want, because I want my husband to retire.
Yep.
And the only way he's willing to retire, and he wants to, I know he wants to, but he'll only retire if bills are paid, right? And
Yeah.
I have some debt, and I keep buying shit, so I have a problem.
It's a problem.
I have a problem. So those are the things that that's my goals. Those are my intentions, are to, but I have to do that within, these like kind of these parameters, like honoring my sensory needs and creating a sustainable rhythm, right? Like, the reality is I'm not going to be able to put away $1,000 a month in my savings account and pay off this credit card in 5 months, right? Like, that's not sustainable. So I need to, look at it sustainable. Saying no with less guilt. I shouldn't feel guilty if I have to say no.
Yeah.
Leave room for rest and creativity. I need to rest. And I think I'm doing that
Yeah.
more than I used to. And then building boundaries with compassion. Yeah, I like it.
I would say my biggest one is I want to start I want to start leaving my house more, as much as I love my house. I'd rather just stay here all the time. But a lot of the reason that I don't go out often is because it takes me time to reset after going out. Like, I need my downtime. And so this year I have spent a lot of time like working on the last couple years. I've been trying really hard to give myself lots of rest time, to like come back from things. And I know that I've been doing well at it, but I know I can do more. I just need to find the right balance. I'm doing less than I want to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so I guess this year I want to work on like getting out and doing things more, but still honoring my sensory needs and my physical needs as well. Um, so I guess that's a big one for me is I want to just get out more. I have been even just working on also kind of building a little bit of uh physical stamina slowly. Just because I'm gonna be pretty busy this year. A lot of doing things with CLC, especially. I'm I need to be more active. So
Yeah, I get it. Yeah,
I think
get it.
that's my biggest one.
Yeah, so we want to hear from you. So none of our listeners are very active, and I would really like them to be more active in our. And I know that I haven't been posting well either. I get maybe that should be an intention. Post more.
Yeah.
I just I don't I want I want all my posts to be meaningful, and I don't always feel like inspired. Then I just don't do anything at all, which is why I need to post something. But anyways, it would be great to get more people to kind of tell us what your intentions are for the
Yeah.
new year.
What kind of intentions are you carrying into your grooming work this year?
Yeah.
So
So we were prioritizing safety and clarity in salons.
supporting neurodivergent groomers and clients, reducing oh sorry,
No, go
I
ahead.
got excited.
Yeah.
Reducing chaos through routines and rituals.
Okay, so that's a good one. Like,
Yeah.
so I don't always set up my space when my salon is in my house, right?
Yeah.
Like it's excuse me, should have brought my water. I just go downstairs to my basement. Like my customers come in through my front door. We do the dance. What do you want? What are we doing? Come back when I tell you. Um, I take the cat downstairs and there I am, right? And I think because it's so close that I tend to get lazy. Because that's one of my MOs, right? Like I'll do it. So I don't always set myself up for my first cat.
Yeah.
Like I'm good for the rest of the cats, but like that first cat, because I just don't go downstairs till the cat shows up. So that's something that I need to look at because it can be chaotic, right?
Mhm.
Like for me at least, it can be chaotic just getting set up when the cat shows up. And then
Can
and then I
can you set yourself up the day before?
I probably could, but see, and that's the other thing. At the end of the day, when the last cat's gone, oh, all right, I'm done. I'm
Yeah.
upstairs now. I'm not going back downstairs, and then I don't always vacuum. So then yeah, so that's part of the chaos. It's like I need to tighten up my routine.
Yeah.
Um, I really do. I need to
Yeah.
tighten up my
I'm
routine.
I'm very much I don't like to go up and down the stairs a lot. So
No,
for me, I'd be like, no, I'm not going down there till I have the cat.
yes, right. And then
Right.
yeah, exactly. But then there's the days when I'm back and forth. Like I
Yeah.
get the cat downstairs. Shoot, I forgot the information card. I gotta run back up and get the card. And then it's not even on my dining room table. I didn't even pull it from the file, which is on the second floor.
Yeah.
And I gotta go up that flight of steps. I mean, it's just there's a lot of that I do. I do a lot of back and forth. But then there's times when I'll have all my cards for the whole week out and ready to go. So I'm not consistent.
Yeah.
Squirrel brain,
Yeah.
right? I'm
You almost need like
kind of all over the place.
you almost need to just change up your systems
I do. There you
for it.
go.
Like
Maybe that's what
just
it.
the way that you do it,
Yep.
make it make more sense for your brain.
Yes. Yeah.
So
Even with posting in the groups.
yeah.
I need to have I need to have a different system in
Yeah.
place.
Um
Okay, creating micro moments of calm during busy days. Yeah, take those breaks. Take 5 minutes between each pet that you're grooming. Finish before you immediately put the next dog on your table. Take 5 minutes. Set your damn clock.
yeah.
5 minutes. Like make yourself take 5 minutes away from the table. Away from, and that includes like if you send the dog home. Once the dog is gone, 5 minutes before you put the next dog on the table. Like we gotta do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not giving ourselves any breaks. Drink some water, go to the bathroom, wash your hands.
For the love of God, go pee.
Yes, please.
Please go pee.
Please, please, please.
Also being intentional about community education and mentorship.
Mhm.
I'd say that one's probably top of my list.
Sure.
Um, but also the supporting neurodivergent groomers and clients. Just in general, I think my biggest intention this year is to really focus on getting as much education out there as possible, touching as many lives as I can. I guess that's another thing. Like, I'm really excited for the CLC thing because even though, I'm not necessarily teaching people how to groom dogs there, I'm giving them the basics. Like, they get the they're still getting the information of, like, this is what it's like to groom a dog and be a dog groomer. And so I'm really excited to, like, just share that with people who aren't even in the field.
Yeah.
So, and I'm really excited about that CPR class. So,
Yeah.
um, it's trauma informed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tell us your intentions for grooming.
Yeah.
What kind of grooming community intentions do you have? Is there things in your business? Is there things, do you want to be more community based in your local area? There's a lot of different things that you can set for intentions.
I'm leaving my DNA all over your house.
Yeah, well, don't murder anybody here.
Oh, you're gonna set me up for murder. DNA all over the scene.
I mean, so don't call Brenda to hide a body.
Because Brenda's leaving DNA.
I'll be like, I need you to hide a body. Please wear a hat.
Put that shit up.
So rituals to support these intentions. Making sure you're doing a ritual, start rituals. That's what makes these intentions a lot easier to do if you're doing them regularly. You're talking about posting more often. Have been trying to, I literally schedule a day every week where I work on some posts.
Need like a refresher of how to schedule.
Yeah.
Because I've done it before, but it's been a long time since I've done that. And I think that's what I need to do. I need to have a day of the week where I just sit down and just schedule a bunch of posts so that something is getting posted on a daily basis.
Yeah.
Because I really think it's important to get something posted on a daily basis. And I need to do that in my business Facebook page too.
Yeah.
Right now, like I'll just I'll have like a week and a half's worth of cats, and all of a sudden I dump like 15 pictures, and I should be doing them at the end of each day or even a day or something like that. I need to. So anyways, I need to.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's move on.
Content Studio is a really great one for scheduling. Yeah. So things that you can try or do: monthly tool cleanse / reset, end of week energy clearing, physical or symbolic. If you were trying to maybe be better at cleaning, maybe that becomes your your end of week. You can do energy clearing and actual cleaning, like do your weekly cleaning all at the same time. A grounding breath or touchstone before challenging rooms.
So it's good.
Yep.
I have my carnelian on my station, and I'll touch that.
Yeah. New moon or monthly check-in to revisit intentions.
So the moon phases, those are really good to use with our intentions. We're reminded that by the wheel of the year that teaches us that everything flows in cycles. Intentions pair well with lunar works. While I don't remember, no, because
Well, I remember that it's a fortnight.
The new moon is for fresh starts and intention setting. The first quarter is for growth, action, and momentum. A full moon is where energy peaks, and it's a good time to release things. And then the last quarter is letting go, and clearing and rest. But that's not, you're asking about the waning and the waxing, and I don't have that.
Well, because the waning is, it's wax on. So it's
wax is getting bigger, waning is getting smaller.
Yeah. So during the waxing is when you would kind of want to be
building
the intention. Yeah. Then in the waning, that's when with that full moon, you can do kind of a hey, let's look at how all this is
How is this
working. And
working,
then
and let go or change things if we need to change them.
yeah, and then in the waning,
We're
yep.
also reminded that winter, which is where we're at now, excuse me, is the dreaming season. And this is where we want to plant intentions so they grow, then they grow slowly through the years. The other thing about intentions is they're not always like a big thing, right?
Mhm.
They can just be, I'm moving towards this. Like, this is how I want my year to end.
Yeah.
And so what am I going to do at the beginning of the year that's going to move me towards how I want my year to end? So when I look back on the year, I accomplished what I wanted to accomplish,
Mhm.
or, whatever.
I'm gonna definitely work on coming up with like a list of intentions that I can post in the group
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
myself. So
Okay. And then a tiny intention altar or shelf. Yeah. I was thinking of like an intention jar, even just,
yeah,
what are some of your intentions, and picking a new intention every month.
that would be
Maybe
cool.
sit down right now during the winter season, the dreaming season, and think of all the things you want to kind of accomplish or work towards, whether it's just posting more often or resting more often, being creative, reading a book, whatever it is, and put those in a jar and then pull out
Yeah,
and try to
that would
actually
probably be good for people to um are the kind of people who they just kind of like forget
forget.
their
Oh yeah.
resolutions, you know? Like, oh yeah, I forgot I was doing that kind of thing. It would give them that constant like, oh, I get a new one.
Yeah.
I get a new one, you know?
Think
And you
of
could do it like even once a month,
think
you know?
of so this was something that I decided to do. I have a little bag. I've had it for years and years and years. I bought it. I can't remember where I bought it, and I don't remember where it's from, but I bought it outside of a store, or maybe it was inside of a store. But there was like a group of people that were from another country. I wish I could remember where it was. If it's Honduras, or I don't know. Like I just don't remember. But they were selling things like that they made. And so it's this little zipper bag. You can find them all over the place. Like, for all I know, it was a scam, right? I
Yeah.
don't know for sure, but I believe that, and I can't remember where I got it from. But anyways, so I have this little bag, little multicolored, you know, bag, and it's like a change purse, right? Like, it's for coins and stuff, but it's kind of evolved over the years. I don't keep any change in it at all. But what I do keep in it, it's I have a crystal in there. I have a couple of charms in there. I just have things like that mean something to me. But I carry it around. The problem is I don't really, like, I forget about it.
Yeah.
Like, I put shit in it and then I forget about it. And then every 6 months or so, when I'm cleaning out my purse,
You
I
find
pull
it.
it out and I open it up, and it's like, oh, I don't know if I'm going to keep it all in there, or I'm going to take that out and put something else in there. Uh, but I was thinking about it recently, and I was thinking, I need, like, to remind myself of some of these things,
Yeah.
like the things that I need to remind myself of. I need to put it somewhere, right, where I can have access to it. So I have a plan for a new tattoo. And I've been thinking about the big tattoo here, and it's just gonna say do no harm. But I was thinking that, because that's a big one. But I was thinking I also maybe need something that says, like, to remind myself to be kind, because I'm not always kind. Kinda, I get bitchy. I know my moral
when
compass doesn't.
when you're not kind, it's usually pretty warranted.
Well, it is, but even then, I just have to remind myself to be kind. Like, I snapped a dude on the phone for messing up my car, and it wasn't even his fault, right?
Yeah.
But I went off,
Yeah.
and I did have to issue an apology after the fact. But the point is if maybe if I'm reminded that, don't, just take a deep breath,
Mm.
stick to the facts. I don't know that they screwed up my car. I don't even know what's wrong with my car, right? Do no harm, and then listen, because I don't listen. I don't listen. So these are things that I was thinking about, that, if I put this on a tattoo, then it's going to remind me.
Yeah.
But I was thinking about charms, like having little charms that remind me.
Yeah.
And, I have a couple of little charms in this bag of mine. And I thought, "Gosh, that's what I need. I need just like little charms or something that remind me of my goals or what my intentions are, and whether it's to be kind or whether it's to um read more books, maybe a little book charm to read more books, whatever,
Yeah.
whatever. I don't know. That's
No,
just something
that's
I was
valid.
thinking about. Is how I can that's how I was thinking of reminding myself of those intentions
Yeah.
without, so that
I
they never
like
get.
the idea. So you were talking about the intention jar, which I love that idea. But I also was thinking a jar where it's kind of like, I guess you could call it an intention jar, but it's where anytime that you take even a tiny step towards your intention, you write it down and you put it in the jar. So then when you're frustrated because you don't think you're getting there,
Oh,
you pull those to be like, oh,
right.
yeah, I did
Remind
this. I did
myself.
this.
Yeah.
I did
That's
this.
similar to like a gratitude jar.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like that
But
idea
it's like,
too. And then you're getting yourself to your goals.
yeah. Because I think a lot of people too with resolutions, I know I am like, once I mess up once, it's like, it's over. I'm the
Right.
worst, But if I go, if I was to look at a bunch of the things that I've already done that got me this far, I'd be like, okay, I actually have made a lot of progress.
So I made another note that I wanted to say that an intention is, let me find it. It's a living, breathing thing. And we need to feed it.
Yes.
And I think, and that's the other reason why I like the idea of an intention over a resolution, because a resolution is, this is the thing, 12 months,
Don't
and
fail.
right, and don't fail, and it's that rigid, and what happens is that we abandon it
Hmm.
because it's too hard, or we just fail, right? We fail. Like I'm going to lose 100 pounds. I can't lose 100 pounds. There'd be nothing left of me, but I'm going to lose 20 pounds by the end of the year. And then, I don't do anything to actually
Get
lose
there.
20 pounds, right? I don't change my eating habits. I don't do any exercise. And then I get to, the end of the year. And not only did I not lose 20 pounds, I gained 2, right? And then it's just a fail.
Yeah.
Whereas an intention is, you have to feed it, right?
Yeah.
You have to check in on it. You have to feed it. You have to keep it moving, because it's living
Like
and
a
breathing.
plant.
Right, like a plant. And that's what we need to remember. And that's why intentions are so much, they make more sense, especially for, witches, right?
Yeah.
Because this is who we are. But we need to tend to these intentions, so and they can evolve and they can change.
Sometimes you have to wipe off their leaves. Sometimes you need to do a little pruning.
Yeah, well, yeah. That's the other thing, is that maybe.
So think of your intention as a plant.
Right. And you think of it as, it's evolving. And let's say the intention is let's say I really do want to lose 20 pounds, so the intention I'm going to set isn't going to be lose weight. It's going to be, you know, eating healthier.
Yeah.
Or, exercising,
Yeah.
adding,
Going for a walk once a week.
right. And that's what it is. And that's what it's going to look like. It's going to look like me, maybe I'm going to eat a little less red meat. Maybe I'm going to have, at least one meal a week is going to be, a vegan meal.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's necessarily better, but you know what I mean.
Which is actually great for your intention jar too. Like, you can put it's like little steps.
Yes, that I did.
That you did. And it's like, all right, so you pull this week's, and it's like, this week I'm going to go for a walk twice a week, whatever that is.
And then you write, Monday, I, went for a walk, put it in the jar. Wednesday, I went for a walk, put it in the jar. Friday, I went for a walk, put it in the jar. And then it's like, oh shit, I was only going to walk 3 times or twice a week. And I ended up walking 3 times a week.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that. I like that idea.
So now we need 2 jars.
Damn it. Where can we get jars?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know how to get a jar. I have a closet.
I have no jar.
Well, so we are nearing the end.
Yeah. All right. So,
listeners, invitation. We want to encourage you to choose one soft intention today. So in other words, it doesn't have to be the big one, right?
Yeah.
Your intention for all of 2026, just something that maybe you intend for to follow. Maybe it's that you're going to sit down and think of your intention. Like, it can just be
that is my intention for today.
Or you're going to locate a jar because you don't have one. That
If
could
you
be
need a
soft
jar,
intention.
I'll send you one.
Yeah, careful. We've been sending a bunch of jars out.
I have plenty. You see that tub right there?
Yeah.
I have 2 of those full of different containers downstairs.
Yeah.
Just random containers that I collect because that's what I'm like.
Yeah.
So if anybody needs a jar for their
We can help
intention.
you.
So yes, my intention for today is to sit down and think about my intention for next year.
That's right.
Intention.
My intention is going to be count how many jars I have. All right, share your soft intention with us, right? Like put it in if you don't want to put it on the group, just quietly message us, one of us. And yeah, maybe we'll put kind of a bunch of them together.
It'd be
and just
cool to put
see what people are doing.
We could make like a graphic that
Oh,
has
those
like a
are
little bit of
cool.
everybody's
Yeah,
intentions.
those are cool. I've seen those
Yes,
done.
we need to collect intentions, guys. Come on.
Give us intentions. All right.
It'll be our group intention.
That's right. Start the year gently rather than perfectly, right?
We are not perfectionists.
No, we are not.
Intentions are not perfect.
Yes.
All
right. Now we need an oracle.
Yes. And first of all, just so everybody knows, I've changed it up because it's the new year and it made sense to do the white light oracle cards. So we're changing it up a little bit. Nibbler did pick this one.
He did. He always does.
Suparna.
Oh boy, this is gonna be harder to read. It's pretty.
Cultivate confidence in yourself. You have the inner spiritual power to deal wisely and effectively with any situation. Don't allow anyone to take advantage of your kind nature. Reflect upon what actions feel best for you to take and then follow through with decisiveness. Do not allow negativity to get a grip in your life. Positive energy and outcomes are indicated. Garuda is a mystical king of birds, a mighty eagle-like divine creature celebrated in the spirit traditions of the East. In Sanskrit, Suparna means to have powerful wings and fly well. Okay, that's very on point. This has spiritual significance as Garuda, I don't know if I'm pronouncing this correctly, can cover great distances and reach tremendous heights. Garuda's earthly counterpart, the eagle, is said to use the powerful winds of a storm to fly above it rather than get caught within it. The eagle spirit is a wisdom teacher, one who advises how to utilize the storms of ego to fuel your capacity to rise spiritually, to face problems head on, and to use them to heal and grow. Eagle seeks higher sanctuary where negativities can be dealt with before they cause further problems. Another Sanskrit word accorded to Garuda is Vishari, which essentially means conqueror of poisons. Garuda Suparna augurs a time when you will need to rise above the pettiness of ego and ensure you nip negativities in the bud. Sorry, I had a really hard time saying that for some reason. Lest they become powerful enough to cause havoc in your heart. You don't need to become ensnared within the drama of ego. Garuda fights on the side of the light and is a bringer of powerful protection and hope is a symbol of rebirth. He is a capable warrior. His dark side can be seen that he is merciless. In Buddhism, he is known as the dignity of wisdom. Sometimes our compassion can outweigh our wisdom. Our empathy allows troublesome behaviors or circumstances to fester and develop into far greater problems later on. If we had listened to our wisdom, we would have cut them off at the root. But while it can be harder to do so later, it is not impossible, and it is Garuda who teaches us to be unyielding when that is what wisdom calls for. There's a lot more in this.
Yeah.
I'm not reading the whole thing.
I might go back to the I think the last line in the first paragraph before you got to the description of Garuda.
Positive energy and outcomes are indicated. But yeah, I think
there you go for your intentions for the new year.
Yeah.
Positive.
We're thinking positive.
That's right.
But yeah, I think that's a pretty cool one for this.
Yeah, it is.
So
very much so.
Yeah, there's a whole, I don't know why it's 2 pages long, Jesus. But it is a very cool picture. Very pretty. So, all right. So that is pretty much episode.
So, in closing,
please message or please respond to things on we feel like we're just kind of shouting out into the void right now.
Yeah.
We do have a couple listeners.
We do know we have listeners. I'm sure we have listeners. We have people that are in the group. So
We just need to know you're
right,
alive.
we need to know you're alive and that you're with us and that you're still interested.
Yeah.
'Cause, you know, we want to keep doing this, but if nobody's interested, we'll just stop.
No,
because I enjoyed this. This is
We're going to talk to ourselves.
Right, that's right. All right, go for it.
All right. As above, so below, may your pets be clean and your spirit grow.